Yes. Whoop, whoop. We are here again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly live training where we talk about how to train smart, use your time wisely, not get hurt, qualify for top races, and win
while maintaining life balance.
My name is Coach Shangri-La. I'm a two-time triathlon Guinness World Record holder, best-selling author, motivational speaker, and high-performance triathlon and endurance coach. And we also have here Coach Vinetta. Hello, happy holidays, almost Christmas, but we are here to give you more training before you head on to some feast this holidays.
Some inspiration for the new year. Lots to think about.
Yes. If you're still thinking about like, what am I going to do next year? How am I going to make next year to be better than how it is, how it went this year? What are those things that I've been wanting to do, but sometimes I'm like so scared to get on it?
So we have a treat for you guys. So let's talk about the topic that we're doing today.
So let me share to you
guys.
Super excited to have this one. All right. First full Ironman success. Okay. Placing top 8 of age group and qualifying for Ironman World Championship. How a busy woman in her late 40s overcame injury fears, no pool access, and no marathon experience.
Yes. Amazing. I've been reading some of your comments below this announcement post, and I see that you guys are super excited to hear us talk about this and figure out how this all happened.
Yeah, especially if you've already signed up for your first full Ironman, okay? Or this is not your first full Ironman, all right? But you're like, I want to learn more how I can be better than what I did this year. Okay, what else is out there? Because I've been following an online training plan and something is missing. Today, all right, we're gonna fill in the gaps. Okay, and there's more. So let's go into it. Like, what are the details? Okay, unique Ironman. Okay, training strategy. Okay, we're gonna have insights. We're gonna look into and talk about specific holistic training that led Seiko success. Okay, we will discuss physical training, mindset, nutrition, race strategy, and body maintenance. So 5 areas. And if you're not sure of like, what are you talking about? I thought swim, bike, and run is all I need to do. Okay, listen in. Okay. And also because at the end of this training, I have a summary that you can keep with you to remind you of what we're going to discuss today.
Yes, the next one we're going to talk about is worries about the distance and fear of injury. So if you are thinking, oh, I need to finish a full marathon and 116-mile bike ride before I can do an Ironman, well, this didn't happen for this scenario. So let's hear how that is possible.
Yeah, I mean, who here, like, if you have not, okay, let's just say if you have not, finished a full marathon, and then now one of your friends like, why don't you do a full marathon, full Ironman, okay? And like, I don't think I could do that. I mean, it's a full marathon after 112-mile bike minimum, okay, plus a 2.4-mile swim. How could anyone actually do that, right? And that was actually, how are they doing it? That was my question before, when I had no idea what an Ironman was. Okay, so we're gonna tackle about that. If you are like, I'm curious about that, but I really don't know if my body can take it. All right.
Placing top of age group and qualifying for Ironman World Championship. What did it take to do that?
Okay. On first attempt.
That's pretty amazing, I think.
You probably heard of athletes. Well, it's my first one. I just want to finish. I'm sure everyone wants to finish it. I mean, it's already a crazy distance, right? But what if you don't only just finish, but actually crushed it and have a great time, okay? And be at the top of your age group. If you're used to doing your sprint Olympic distance, like, you're at the top of your age group, and then now you have this crazy amount of distance, right? you're not just aiming to finish. What if you finish actually really doing well and having a great time?
Yes,
That is possible.
Let's get into that one.
All right, that is possible. So stick with it so you can actually really learn how to properly train, regardless whether it's your first time, second time, third time, but you are having a great time, actually even placing top of your age group. Injury prevention, proactive steps to address vulnerable areas and keep them from complaining. So if you have those nagging discomfort or pain or something like achy, you've been trying to deal with it, but then what's happening? What else can you do that probably you're also missing? Okay. All right. Well, that's what we have today. Who here is excited to get on this training? Is this your first time today to actually hop on our live training here in Ironman Beyond? Say if it is, say it is my first time. Welcome everyone. So this is what we do on a weekly basis. And if you're listening good and you can actually hear us okay, click the like and heart button so we know that you can hear us. Okay.
Yes, and for those who are watching this live, put hashtag live so we can see who is here with us right now. And then if you're watching this as a replay, put hashtag replay so we can say hi to you guys.
Yeah, and Binetta will be pulling up this live stream on her side here so we can take a look at who's typing. So if you are on it and you're like here, type up your questions, tell us what's standing out for you so we can actually read through and then answer your questions because this is your training. We want you to get a lot from it. Okay. Well, let's welcome who's on the line.
Yes, let me say hi to everybody who I see joining in. Hi, Greg. Good to have you.
Yes, Greg. Welcome.
Sarah's here. Kim is here.
Sarah, Kim. Hello.
Timothy, Sarah, wow. Shannon.
Got James
Barbara too. Is here. Yes, James.
Paul. Hello. Well, happy Friday. Happy Friday, those who's just tuning in. And if you're listening to replay, hello. Just continue to comment there so we can engage with you, get to know you as well. So without waiting further, let's welcome Seiko. Seiko from Texas. How are you doing, Seiko?
I feel good.
Really happy that you're able to join in. I know you just traveled to Japan.
Yes.
You had a great time after your Ironman finish, your first Ironman. Do you still remember how it was? Looks like you're wearing your medal there. Can I see it?
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
And you're also wearing a Badwater 67 VR. I wonder what that was.
I'm proud.
You're proud. Yes. Wow. Well, I am super happy also about your finish because you did not just finish it, you crushed it. And let's check out more of what happened there. Let me see. All right, right here. So this was you finishing it. Okay. Let me see here. That was you.
Seiko Jahima from Japan. You are an Ironman.
So this one was in Chattanooga. Do you still remember? You were running well there.
Yes, I surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
Yes.
How was it for you? Like finishing your first full Ironman? You said surprisingly. Tell me more about it. Like what were you expecting about a full Ironman?
Well, I thought by the time I was going into running, I would be I could be cramping or I could be very tired, and I wasn't expecting, good run. But all these people out there make you feel like you're special, and I just react to it, and I felt like I can just keep going.
There you go.
And that last moment, I knew I was tired, but I was so excited to step onto those red carpet.
Yes.
I was feeling those red carpet on my feet. And yes, it made me feel so good. I did something big.
Yeah. Well, that was also that time. That was your first full marathon finish. You've never finished a full marathon before. So now you
No.
actually did a full marathon right after 116 mile on your first
Yeah.
full Ironman. Let me ask you, like, is there a reason why you have not done a full marathon before?
Oh,
Before
I don't want to do a full marathon. I I
I
don't
know.
want to be
Yeah,
I don't want to
tell
be
us more about it. Yeah.
no, I don't want to be pounding on the pavement in a big
Okay.
city, or I do love trail
You
running
love trail.
in the yes, that nice soft trails with
Okay.
nice view, lots to see.
Sure.
I love trail running, but
Okay.
I just don't get excited about full marathon on the pavement. But if
What
it comes
happened?
with bike and swim as a
Uh-huh.
triathlon, it is enjoyable.
Oh, so let me ask you, so like, what is it that you don't like about running on pavement on a marathon on its own?
Hmm. I don't know. It might make me feel like maybe it's a lot on my joints,
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
over time, um, I'm sure those marathon runners have been running for a long time, for many years.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I didn't come from running. I don't have running background at all. I
Interesting.
just started running and cycling like 5 years ago.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I didn't believe
Wow.
in myself. I don't know if I have those,
Wow.
running legs, joints.
Sure. Well, that is something. So you said, so you just learned, like you just started running 5 years ago and cycling
Mhm,
also 5 years
mhm,
ago, and then 5 years
mhm,
forward, you're like
mhm.
qualified for Ironman World Championship already on your first try. Huh. Okay. So well, some athletes actually have a bucket list. Hey, I want to do Ironman. But for you, I actually did not want to even ask you that question because you're gonna say no to me. I feel like you're gonna reject me my suggestion. So like full Ironman, I mean full marathon, that's like a no to you right away. Like I don't want to be running on pavement. But even the full Ironman, because you before like you've been with us like this, you've been with us for at least 2 years, right? 2 years.
Almost, yes.
Yeah. So like last year you were focusing on 70.3. And by the way, on her second 70.3, guess what? She's doing something. And that's why I really want to invite her because she's doing something. On her second 70.3, she qualified for second half for the World Championship, for 70.3 World Championship on her second 70.3. And this is the same person who doesn't like running on pavement. Okay. And then who just learned cycling or just got into cycling.
Who here is in the same boat? You're like, okay, the marathons are not my thing, but I would like to do an Ironman one day. Who here feels like that right now?
Well, actually, it's not she doesn't even want full Ironman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, she doesn't want full Ironman. She's okay with 70.3. So what is it about full Ironman that you don't want? Or you
It's
don't
very long. It's all day. I do not want to torture my body for,
torture? I know
15,
who does.
16 hours out there.
Yeah. Who does
Yes,
that?
I like exercising for health,
Sure.
but not torturing.
Yeah,
So, but
true.
but but I was very lucky to meet my friend at when I did the Lavaman triathlon in Hawaii,
Yeah.
to inspire me
Uh,
to a Ironman, the full Ironman.
okay.
I got inspired by a
My friend.
friend through the Feisty Fox coaching.
Do you mind
And
saying who are those friends who inspired you?
oh, Sheila,
Oh, Sheila. All right, Sheila, you inspired this lady here.
yes, she's already entered IMCA,
Yeah.
and she kept telling me that let's do the IMCA together.
Are
I
you
was like, no way.
going?
It's a full Ironman.
So that's funny. So well, everyone, since you guys are listening, put in the name who has inspired you to do triathlon, whether that's your family. Let's give some, give some thank you to those people who have inspired you, and that's why you're really happy about it. Because if Sheila didn't inspire you, maybe it would have taken a while, or maybe not at all. There's like really no. Yeah.
Right.
And this is, like Seiko, who is actually top 10% of her age group last year in 70.3 distance. She was an all-world athlete last year, 2022. Okay. Have done so far 70.3s, really doing great. And
So that's
still,
how she got that top 10. She
yeah,
got
top 10%.
did 3 70.3s. One of them was the first one. First ever, and then the second and the third.
Yeah. But then even though at the time she was like, no. And actually, guess what? Even signing up for 70.3 St. George, she said, what did I just do? So here she is for this year. She said she finished 70.3 and she actually had a great time. She said, from oh my God, what have I done, when she signed up for 70.3, because she signed up, and this one was her race report. She said, I signed up for this event because it's driving distance and wanted to see some landscaping. Who here signs up for a 70.3 for the views?
Yes, the
For
scenic.
because it's near. Okay, I've done that. Oh, it's near. Let me sign up, and it's beautiful view, right? When it's scenic, it's harder. But at the same time, then I went from into oh my God, what have I done mode. Okay.
Yeah, because she didn't know about the cold water, the hilly ride.
Until a couple months ago. So, but then, nevertheless, she did great. She actually even did PR. So that was only May. And then she has a full Ironman. May, June, July, August, September. She had that mindset early this year. Oh my God, what have I done? For our 70.3, a Healy one with cold water. And then now there's there's Chattanooga. Okay, with longer distance, had not done a full marathon. If you were Seiko, how would you feel? Oh shit. How would you feel? Have you guys had that instance like, I signed up for a full Ironman. Oh my God. Or 70.3. Oh my God. Now get on the training. What have you signed up so far for next year? Right now it's still far. You're still pretty chill. Got time. How are you feeling about that race that you've signed up? And how is it going so far? Have you guys started training? I want to know. I want to know what you guys are doing. All right. Because here, Seiko, that's what she felt. Okay.
So Peter's saying, amazing accomplishment, Seiko. As well, I only have a small pool to train here in Payson, Arizona. Sounds like a small town. Exactly what the situation is for Seiko. She's also located in a very small town.
Yeah.
In Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, Seiko, you are also scared about injury.
Yes.
Question, because and then also you said like it's not good for your joints, it's too long of a distance, a full Ironman. Was there anything that happened in the past in terms of injury in the past that you didn't want to like you really wanted to avoid injury?
No, I didn't have big injuries before, but I
Okay.
guess I'm just not no, I'm just, I'm
Cautious.
always cautious. I worry too much.
Mhm.
Always I worry too much. I think.
Yeah. And before you met us, how was your, what do you know about swim, bike, or run? Like how to
Oh,
train,
not
swim.
much. I didn't know anything about techniques or how to do it. That's why I needed you to guide me through, because I did not want to get injured, and with my character, I could possibly overtrain.
Overtrain. Okay.
And I did not want to do that.
Yeah.
Or of course, if I was undertrained, I wouldn't make the cutoff or.
Yeah, because before you met us, you were already training. I mean, how many triathlon or how many? What are the distances that you've completed back then? Before you met us?
I've done a few sprint
Sprint.
and one
Okay.
Olympic
Oh,
distance.
one Olympic. So sprint, Olympic. Okay. All right. Okay. And then how about nutrition? How was your nutrition?
Oh, no, I've never done nutrition, and I never knew about it. So,
Okay.
but sprint and Olympic distance, and also half marathon,
Half marathon.
without nutrition, I could push it.
Okay.
But of course, next day I was. Now I know I was dehydrated. I
Okay.
didn't have enough electrolytes, so I was able to push it. But the next couple of days, I was out. I was suffering headaches and muscle aches.
Wow.
Wow. Are you guys hearing this one?
Anyone here who's dealing with those, like, yes, push through. Half marathon, no problem. And then but it's you finish it, but then next days, like you're experiencing something. If you are like, what are those experiences that you've had? Did you have to like take a rest so you can go back to it again? Okay.
So Seiko is saying, what she's saying is that it's not normal for you to be feeling bad on the day after if everything's dialed in on when you're doing the racing.
Yeah.
Because you were not feeling those things once your nutrition was dialed in, did you?
Right. So after I started training and learned a lot of things about nutrition, now I can finish 70.3 and not hurting. Just feels great, and
You're
I'm
having
ready.
fun.
Yes, ready for sightseeing and another activities. So I really enjoy more about the event.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't that remarkable? I mean, who doesn't want that? You do a race and the next day you're excited to wake up and explore the city rather than sleeping in and being tired and dead to the world.
Yeah. Who here is like travels, like you guys race to travel, vacation with the family, all right? Or are you the type like, oh, I'm really having a hard time to walk, like I can't, I'll just stay here. Okay. You are where you live is in the secluded area.
Yes, I live in a very small town of population of less than 2,000 people. So I'm the only one out there running in the heat, crazy lady, running again, biking along. Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, your friends who you would meet, so like in a special event, they'll be working sometimes, so the schedule doesn't meet. So like for you, like for example, pool access was not always there. If it's there, it's very limited time to that.
Yes, only one month.
1 month. 1 month.
Because they don't have they can't find lifeguards.
Okay.
So they can't open the pool.
Okay.
Because the populations are so low.
Got you. So like, for example, those 370.3s that you've done last year, the St. George, which is cold, right? And then the Chattanooga. So are you saying like there's not a lot of access with the pool?
No.
Okay. So like, but we did some pool, but it was only 1 month. 1 month? Got you. And then you're like, Coach, no more pool. So, but then you do have open water. How far is the open water? How far is the open?
A little over an hour drive.
An hour drive. Okay.
Yes.
And then back forth.
Yes.
Gotcha. So when we met Seiko, and then I'm gonna show to you how she was swimming back then. back then. That was back. So how we met actually is that she was having trouble with her shoulder. It was in pain. Tell us more about your shoulder back then, before many years, 2021.
Yes, I was having rotator cuff issues. Now I know it's from overuse and not taking care of my shoulder. From my work, I have a very physical work as a landscaping worker.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to take care of my shoulder after work. So I was in pain. It started from right shoulder, then left shoulder, and the reason I got into this Festive Fox program was when I saw this class, the Ironman Beyond class with Mark and Myra was talking about overcoming shoulder injuries.
Yeah.
And I was inspired that they overcame the shoulder problems and finishing races. So I thought, this is possible.
Yeah. So that inspired you. When you say it's possible
Yes.
and you reach out. So, and we said that Seiko didn't really have pull access. So let me show you of how she was training them, because she wants to get help, but she doesn't really have a pool. This one was back then when she just started, and she was in open water. Was this one a spring? That's why it's, you can wear without wetsuit.
I think it was around December.
Yeah, it's December.
It's a spring water, and the water stays. Water is 70 degrees all year long.
You're lucky. Wow, that must be really nice. All right, so
Nice.
this was her, and one of the things is that her technique was not great, and the feedback back then. So like, we do our best to help the athlete of like what she needed to correct. Okay, where she needs to look. Okay, so like on every little details. Okay, so like check your right shoulder, and then the next thing. And then, so there's a lot of communication here. How was it for you learning the proper technique? Is that something that helped out with your shoulder, or like?
Oh yes, a lot.
Yeah, tell us more. Why it was important?
Well, especially when I can record my swim and you can watch it, then and I can watch it. I had no idea how I was swimming and what I was doing wrong, and that was putting more pressure on my shoulders. So when I got it corrected, it became a lot easier. And also I did learn a lot about taking care of the shoulder, the body maintenance every day.
So,
yes. Oh, yes.
you guys are taking notes, because I'm summarizing it. By the end of the training, I'm gonna have a summary for you guys. So she mentioned technique, and then the other one is body maintenance. Okay. So with the technique, when you understood your body during the technique, even without seeing us in person, you were able to correct it whenever you feel something. Do you mind telling us more how you do it? Like, you feel it, you understand, like you because you have not, we only saw each other at the race. That was it.
Yes.
So, but then how are you able to like self-correct your technique?
A lot of communication on the page with sending the videos, and also there are lots of demo videos I was able to watch when I have time, and I can visualize that I'll be swimming like that. You know, it really helped me visualize and correct my technique too.
So knowing that you didn't really have a lot of access with in the pool, and then the open water is far, like what can you share? Like you said, visualize. What were you doing more on the dry land? You said you were.
Yes, dry the video, watching the video, the technique videos, demo videos, and then also other athletes the not correct form, which I'm doing at the same time. So so what I should be doing better, and those advices are very helpful. And at the same time, at the dry run, there are lots of dry run exercise I learned with Coach Shangri-La and Coach Jenny.
Gotcha.
Also,
All
I
right.
did a lot of the dry run exercise, and I still do.
Wow.
There's no pool, so
Okay.
So who here has a difficult access to the pool and can implement these strategies for actually having your swim be really good
Yeah.
despite the lack of access?
Yeah. Okay. So did you guys catch that one? You know, like how she was doing it? She said visualization, dry land exercises. Okay.
And following and watching the demo videos and understanding, learning what's happening to the body, how it's moving, which parts are right, which parts are wrong.
Okay. So yeah, so if you have limited pool access, you know, that's something that you'd want to do. The next one you mentioned about body maintenance. All right. Which has helped your shoulder. So let me show you body maintenance. So what is body maintenance? Okay, so let me pull that up here. And this one's actually the notes that I was telling you. Okay, so the body maintenance is proactively targeting weak areas through soft tissue maintenance, mobilization, strengthening, and functional movement. So it's taking care of your body overall, okay, adequate sleep, manageable stress, and positive mindset. She does have a physical work, you know, like it requires. So like Seiko would tell me like, did you work hard? So like I asked her like what kind, I had to understand what she really does at work, like what kind of movement. And because it does, so she does a lot of squatting, like, you know, or pulling also. So those, because of that reason, part of her body maintenance is to take care of the things that could also affect her execution of triathlon because of what she's doing at work. So part of it that you want to consider if you're like hurting, it's not necessarily just because of what you do in sports or triathlon or marathon. Ask yourself, what do I really do? What kind of physical stress do I do that's affecting it? Because if your work is physical, yeah, you know, that would affect it. So like right here, let me share you what she shared here about the body maintenance. So she said, it's been a month. It's been almost a month since I swam last time. She said she swam in 70.3. And she said, I was nervous about it if my shoulder would hold up. Okay. And then she also shared here that she started doing the neck shoulder trap maintenance on Monday. And I can feel my traps are loosening up. And then so let me show you what it means. She thought it would hurt, but she said no pain during swim. I focused on hand entry and rotation of the body and kept it easy the whole time. So there's the maintenance and then the technique that she was doing. Is that right, Seiko? That's how to
yes,
help you? Okay. So now the
yes.
body maintenance, let me pull something here. This is her training peaks. So the body maintenance, and this one is another one. All right. So the body maintenance is this. It's assigned to her training peaks. All right. And then so she downloads it. And now it will be something like this. It's not necessarily just stretching, but it's functional movement addressing the area that she really need to take care of.
So very targeted, very specific on the areas that are bothering her.
Okay.
So she's not addressing the entire body, taking a lot of time. She's just focusing in on.
Especially because she's very busy already. Okay. And there was a part when she said that you appreciate having it in your training peaks because she said here, it's programmed in my training peaks every day, and it keeps me from getting lazy with any of the movement because I love seeing it green. So it's a sign on training peaks. And why do you like it?
I do get to do it. I really love changing to green.
Oh, what? Say
And
it again.
yes, I love when I'm done training.
Uh-huh. You like having it
It's
complete.
having, yes, complete.
Okay.
And also I know that I'm my trainings are specific and I'm not wasting time,
Okay.
and it's very high quality training. I'm focusing on what needs to be done and not wasting time or energy. And
Yeah.
I like feeling that.
Yeah. And what I like is that you're very good at doing it. So that's awesome. So that's the body maintenance, everyone. So it could be different because sometimes she tells me something about her hamstring. Now we got to address the hamstring. And hamstring, it's not just stretching. We have to strengthen something else. And we have been doing that. And Seiko doesn't really have a gym, right? Seiko
Right.
does it at home. Yeah. And then actually, when she had a bike fit, we're gonna go to like support in terms. Yeah, go ahead, Vanessa.
Before we go there, I want to know what kind of weak areas are you guys dealing with? Put it in the chat. Let's see which areas are the ones that complain first for you guys when you do something longer. Like, do you have an area that's always like, that's getting tight, or it's starting to bother me a little bit? What's happening there?
Yeah. So for her, it was shoulder. Some people could be actually before Seiko, I believe knee before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're not really. I have not heard you say knee for in a while or back.
In a while.
Yeah, you have gotten stronger, even though it's like there's more. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, one of the things that you have a challenge is actually, living far. I said, like, I can't believe this because, you said, Coach, I had a bike fit. I had a bike fit, but I feel like it's not correct. I don't know what to do. And so like, okay, Seiko, let me help you out. But I actually asked her, Seiko, why don't you check with your bike feeder again? And what did you say when I asked you, why don't you check with your bike feeder first?
Well, it's 10 hours drive.
How many
8
hours
to
drive?
10
8 to
8
10
to
hours
10 hours drive.
Yeah,
And
so
the
like
bike
the
fitter was,
challenge, that's a challenge
yes.
for Seiko. Maybe bike shop is near. How far is the bike shop?
Bike shop is 3 hours away.
3
The
hours?
nearest
Oh
one is
God.
You have to like make
Seiko.
it into a weekend trip or something.
So
to even
bike
see a
shop
bike shop
is like 3 hours. Bike feeder is like 8 hours, 7 hours. So I'm like, I scratch my head. Well, I need to help Seiko. All right. So we had to do like check out like because what she's saying is that she has more power in road bike compared to the tri bike. Okay. So she had a tri bike. So like right here, what you're seeing here is basically videos of her, like her tri bike here and then road bike. Okay. So what I had to do here is basically, and I said, like, I'm not a bike feeder, but I know technique. Okay, I know technique. Let me help you out. Something's going on here. Let me help you. So, and I'm an engineer. So that's a good part. Like troubleshooting and actually looking at like being creative of solving the problem. Okay. And then also basically listening to her. So what I said here with current tri bike from 1 to 10, what's your level of comfort? Okay. She said tri bike 5, road bike 10.
That's a big difference.
So yeah, so that's why she doesn't prefer the tri bike because it's really low. Okay. So there's troubleshooting here. When you change have your tri bike. So like, yeah, so like I was giving her advice of what she needs to do and what she needs to check. When you change, have your tri bike on trainer. What's your comfort level, how easy or smooth the movement is, and the power generated. And then the next thing is I look into the the pedaling technique as well, or how close the bend or the knee flexion here for the road bike. Okay. So those are the things. And then the end result is that we got it through. There's a little adjustment that Seiko did. And how was that for you getting that support?
Oh, that was very, very helpful. Especially I don't have near the bike shop close by. So I did learn a lot about the technique.
Yeah. It saved you 8-hour or 16-hour drive to your bike fitter.
Yes.
Your entire day. All right.
Yes.
So like for everyone, bike fit is very, very important. If you haven't had bike fit, check that out. Because for her, she's very in tune. Like she wants comfort. Like we were talking earlier, she doesn't want to do full Ironman because it's a torture. She doesn't want to put her body in there. So little things, she listens to her body and she communicates that. And she doesn't get satisfied. Oh, but I can ride. No, she said, Coach, my tri bike, my comfort is 5 out of 10, but my road bike is 10. I want my road bike be as comfortable as my tri bike.
Yeah, she doesn't just just ignore those things that bother her.
It's
she
very
actually
important.
addresses them.
Yeah. So if you are riding your bike, like really, before I used to be like that. Oh, maybe because I'm just riding along. That's why I'm feeling something there. Or maybe I haven't been training. That's why I'm feeling. Well, yeah, maybe. But then it's a good thing to have to bounce back ideas because maybe it's not true. Okay. So you guys getting a lot here. So like I said, we are touching base different areas. When you are training, it's not just about swim, bike, and run. As you guys can see, it needs to be very detailed. And my recommendation is really to listen to your body. Okay, because if you want to do this amazing sport, triathlon, endurance, that whether that's marathon also, you want to enjoy. Seiko will only do if she's happy. I'm not gonna force her to do full Ironman if she's not ready. All right. And then so now let's go to this one. Like, I know you were already cycling with your friends before you met us. I think you were doing some century rides already, right? Before you met us.
Not the
really.
Official centuries, but maybe I did a length, but with lots of rest.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So more for fun, social, is that right?
More for fun, yes.
So because so like a lot of times because we were building with the cycling. Now everyone, we're gonna jump into cycling. So hopefully you guys are following. So this one here, as you guys can see, it's only 30. I said it's only, but for some it might be a lot already. But this one is 32 miles. Okay. So for us, we don't wait until like we're already riding 50 or 60 or 70 miles before we learn something about the training. Okay. So right here, she was telling me nutrition right here. Okay. Had some breakfast stretch regimen. I was feeling strong. So it looks like everything's good. But guess what? She gets more. Okay. Oh, except she was also lightheaded at the end. It was good, but then at the end she was having lightheaded. Okay. And then also I look at her FTP, and then she said, I asked her, have you been trying to challenge yourself by switching gearings? And then Seiko said, yes, when gearing is heavy and cadence goes down to 70, power goes down too. I can produce power better somewhere around 80 to 85 RPM. Okay. So now my response to her, I understand that the power can go down if you do it at 70. We're talking about, the RPM or cadence. But that is what we're trying to get your legs stronger. Okay, so now next thing is that, so when you have heavier gearing, your goal is then to either get the cadence up from 70 to 80 and or pedal harder. How is that for you, were you doing into nitty-gritty details of how you do your cadence, your gearing before?
No, never. I never done that before. But it's a great way to communicate with you, coach, how I'm riding. So you know how I'm riding, and you can tell it. Then I can explain, and I know what I'm doing wrong, and where I'm wasting my energy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes.
Because like I said, we haven't, you know, like Seiko and I, we don't train over the weekend. But every time she works out, she gives feedback. She gets feedback back.
How does that help you, having feedback for every workout that you want feedback for?
It helps a lot. So next session, I'll be focusing on that part. I could get better about, yes.
Gotcha.
So it sounds like one step at a time, you're focusing on the next thing, and in no time at all, you're somewhere where you have not been. That's awesome.
Yes.
Especially because you want to, you know, also say, you know, you want to be fast on the bike while still pushing, but just the right amount of push because you still have a full marathon. Is that something, the strategy that you did in the Ironman Chattanooga? You were not just pushing on the bike. Like how did it go for you? Because on your run here, I'm gonna show it to you guys how she was running. This one was Chattanooga. Closer. She was really running well. Okay, she had sub 5 hours, sub 5 hours on her first full marathon after Chattanooga bike, 116-mile bike. Like, how was your strategy in terms of the cycling and then the running portion? Like, were you applying the strategies, the gearing, the cadence? Tell us more about that.
Yes, on the bike, I knew it's gonna be a long one. It is a long one, 116 miles.
Yeah.
So I did go easy at the beginning because I had a tendency to go
Hard.
too hard at the beginning after swimming. So
Sure.
I had to focus on not pushing too hard at the beginning.
Gotcha. Okay.
And also I did more of the higher cadence with lower power because I know I can last
Okay.
the long distance with it.
How was how about the nutrition? How was it?
Nutrition too. Yes, I had to had to be very careful with nutrition, getting enough carb and electrolytes.
Okay.
And I'm from the training, the long bike, I found out I cannot drink the sports drink the whole time. Once it gets warm or when I'm exhausted, then I tend to not being able to drink. So I had to switch to something else. And I found out in the training, so I was ready for that. So I was able to switch to my
You have a
favorite, yes, rice and tea and whatever I can take.
Yeah. So everyone,
Who here wishes that they didn't have to do the powders or the gels or the things, you know, that they could have something a little bit more
different,
edible, maybe
preferred.
So because Seiko hasn't said this yet, but she was eating umeboshi rice balls. Is that, did I say that correctly? That's amazing.
Yes.
It was in your personal needs bags.
So she has a special needs bag, umeboshi rice bowls. What is in your special needs bag? Put it under the comment. I want to know, especially for a full Ironman, so we get some idea. Some people have spam sushi. All right. So whatever works for you, you know, like put that up. I'm curious. And as Seiko mentioned here, all right, Seiko mentioned, like, I was training during, I was training my nutrition during the training. Okay. So she was experiencing problem on nutrition, during training, and we have to dial in her nutrition. For example, right here, she said, bottom of my feet were tingling, back of my neck was very tight. I was feeling dizzy. She realized she was dehydrated. It was 100-degree outside. That's in Texas. Okay. But as you can see right here, she was telling us everything that she ate. And then the next thing here is that we give her feedback. Okay. Feedback and how she's feeling already. The next thing is actually looking into how she biked and also solve other problems that she had. So for example, on her bike, there's the bottom bracket of her bike that she needed to fix. And yeah, so in your training, there's a lot of bike stuff that we had to go through.
Yes.
Even though you already had experience on the bike. Was that an eye opener for you? Like,
Yes.
Rose?
Mhm.
What was it for, what if you think you can do that because you already had experience, right? Do you think you would have gotten that on your own, like all the gearing, the cadence, the nutrition with your friends to finish
No,
100?
no, I didn't have experience before and knowledge either. And
Mm.
I did learn on this program a lot. There are a lot of informative classes in here. So I've learned a lot. And of course, nutrition
Nutrition.
was something I had to try and learn
Mhm.
from the experiences.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so everyone, like nutrition wise, you guys want to, especially if it's 90 minutes or longer, or when you have harder workouts, or when because she lives in Texas. She was riding during summer, and she was actually scared about that. And that's why she was scared. Can my body take it? And then now it comes down to winter. Can my body take it? The cold winter doing the training. Tell us more about your experience on that in terms of the different seasons,
Yeah,
different
I think she was
climates.
feeling a little anxious in the beginning from going from a really, really high heat and dryness to
Yeah,
kind of humidity and cold
yeah.
during the
Tell
race.
us more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the training in summer of Texas was really hard. That's why I'm gonna do my next full Ironman in the spring, so I can train in the winter.
There you go. Yes.
But yes, so it was very. I was anxious about the climate change, but
Yeah.
also I did try to do the distance ride. I did a century ride in Colorado in
Mm-hmm.
a different climate, different, even a lot higher than
Right.
here.
Yeah.
And that did give me confidence that my body can tolerate different climate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the lots of elevation gain, that century was possibly 120 or 130 miles if it was flat
Yeah.
and lower elevation. So it
Yeah.
did give me some confidence too.
Good. Well, one of the things, so everyone, so like, what she was trying to say there is that she also did Century in Colorado with her friends. So this one is more for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fun.
She was able to test her nutrition, it boosted her
Mm-hmm.
confidence in different climate. So her body got through and actually adjusted in a way in different climates. The more that you expose your body to different climates, honestly, the more that it gets stronger, and then you also get a more experience in terms of like how do you adapt your body. Okay.
What I really like about that is that Seiko didn't just like, okay, there's this anxiety about this difference. I'm going to do one key thing that's going to take some of that anxiety away. So she was proactive. She went ahead and like, what did I need to experience for me to not feel that way or to feel more confident?
So really solve those areas. And then that's why we're talking about this one, so that you don't just focus on the plan. A lot of people just, all right, I gotta do the swim, bike, and run. This is my plan. I'm gonna do it and I'll succeed. But sure, you may finish it, but it's more about like, how are you gonna finish it? Are you gonna have a great time? And also during training, how are you training? Are you, full of aches and pains without addressing those? Because right here, we talked about swimming, cycling, and then let's go to running. This is one of your first videos with Dr. Michelle when we
foot where it strikes compared to her left foot. And let me just scoot forward so she's a little closer. Okay, so you can see her right foot is landed on the outside of her line, which is where it should. And look at her left foot. It's crossing the midline of her.
So when we learned that you were crossing over on your running, okay? So now it's good to, one of the things is that it's good to know what's not working, right? But then how do you solve it? How do you solve it? So right here on her plan, what Seiko have been doing is also complete, okay? Technique focused run workout to correct her crossover. For her is the crossover 10 minutes. And again, she likes green, so she does it. Okay, so that's another clue. All right. How can you be top of the age group? Trust the plan, follow the plan, ask questions, give feedback, understand your body, know technique, get your nutrition, body maintenance. All right. So how was that for you, learning about that technique in running, like using and then getting a professional feedback from Dr. Michelle?
It helped very much, because I had no idea how I was running, and also learning the correct technique gave me more confidence that I can do more distance, because I'm not hurting my body every single steps.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's a big one then.
Yeah.
It really
Yes.
was easing your mind as to that you are doing things correctly and not putting your body in pain.
And well, Dr. Michelle also said, different weak areas, muscle areas that we needed to work on. And then so that's why we have been doing also specific targeted strength exercises for Seiko at home, because she doesn't have gym access. All right. So you guys are getting a lot on this one. Yes. And then last but not the least, this is where she was training in Colorado with her friends. Yes, she has a lot of solo training. You mentioned in the, on your training, you mentioned about 40%. Do you remember that? 40% in one of the, you like the 40% mindset. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that? Because that has helped your mindset about the 40%.
Yes. Well, when you're training or at the race, maybe not at the race, but especially when you're training and you think you are doing the best, and that's the best you can do, but actually, when it's not. After I heard about 40% rules, there is some more I can squeeze out.
Yeah.
And it is more mental than physical, that I can start thinking about not just pushing, but what comes out, what good things comes out from this training, and think about that. Also, I start think about my good experience, fun time with my triathlete friends in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Start visualizing that, then everything gets feels not that torturable. Not just torturing, but and becomes enjoyable. And I was actually thinking that while I was running at the Chattanooga.
Wow. All right. You're big in visualization. You're very, you have a very good mindset. She was mentioning about, yeah, so she, in one of her training, she said she used the 40% rule. This is one of the master classes that I conducted in our exclusive current athletes only. Okay, so that's something that she applied, and also she does a lot of visualization, and she doesn't want to think about like it's torture. She's more looking into like the positive outcome of that training, and also thinking like she's in Hawaii when she's running a marathon, her first full marathon in Chattanooga. All right. Cool. All right. So let me summarize this. And for those who's just calling in, don't worry. So let me summarize. And as I promised, I want to make sure you guys got, like here, fears and concerns. All right. So this
I think this a lot of people can relate. Like I'm not gonna do Ironman, full Ironman because of these things. Because I'm afraid to injure myself. I don't have marathon experience. What if my body cannot take it? It's too much. I don't have pool access. My schedule is so busy. How am I gonna do the training? I don't have enough time.
I have shoulder pain.
Yeah, all of these things.
Okay.
And all of these things Seiko had.
Okay. And also it was her own timing. When it was the right time, she went for it. What she did, she was enjoying her 70.3 and she qualified to World Championship on her second 70.3. She could be doing, more of that. And she is doing that. But then she got inspired. She's like, oh, okay, maybe I can do it. Despite that she has fear, she was more open to learning. Okay, so now what can you do? If you have fears and concerns, what can you do? Here you go. So let me summarize it. So communicate your fear and concern to your coach, to your loved ones, who can understand you. And guess what? Dig into it. Because that fear, yeah, it's normal, it's common, but then let's address it. What are the solutions? Because if it's, if there's fear and you don't address it, it's going to continue to be fear. You're going to continue to have those fear unless you address it. So be open and be honest. So that's part of it. Constant and immediate communication with your coach, especially during and after workouts. Okay. So honesty and openness is very important. Holistic approach. What is holistic approach? Have those 5 areas right here, not just swim, bike, and run. Or if you're doing a marathon, not just running. Got to make sure, do your nutrition, body maintenance or injury prevention, mental fitness, and race strategy. For Seiko, she already had experience in long distance cycling. Okay. Was that enough for a full Ironman? And she said no. And the main reason being is because on the training, she wasn't really doing technique, speed, endurance, and race skills. Okay. So if you're just going for like, oh, I have 112 or 116 miles, I'm going to go for a century and it's good. Okay. Hold up there. Okay. You got to make sure, address these 4 areas in your training. Okay. And like, for example, there are athletes goes to 70.3. I'm going to go to the pool and I'm going to do just the way it is, just get the 1.2 miles. How about race skills? Even if you're not going to open water, you can apply race skills in the pool. You want to make sure you know what you're expecting. Okay. All right. So again, here, 5 areas that you need to address for the training: technique, speed, endurance, and race skills. Know the what, why, and how to execute it. Okay. Body maintenance. We talk about this one. You want to understand your weak area, how to correct it, how to solve it, and make it a habit until you're 100% good. Okay. Because if that's your weak area and you're having a hard time during training, it will be much harder during the race. Okay. Last but not the least, right here. Okay, training and race nutrition. She was doing dry land exercises, visualization during her training and race nutrition. She was considering about the temperature, humidity. She was also considering her preferred food. Okay, she's not just copying other people's, but she wants her food. Okay, she had challenges of pool access, open water, but we also overcome that. She was training solo for the most part, but she was using her mindset, strong mindset. Last but not the least, okay, she continues to have fun with family and friends. On Sundays, she rides with her husband. That's reserved.
Yes,
You guys get a lot from that?
don't forget about that one. The fun is essential. You can't just be, you know, make it all about training and then make it another job.
Oh,
That's too hard.
yeah. Or, you know what, like she kept saying about Hawaii. She did went to Hawaii. You know, that was her first time to travel with the bike with friends. Went for Olympic. That was Lava Man. Okay. And she had fun. Or she went to Colorado with her friends. So yeah, so like, yeah, if you're gonna do full Ironman, okay, you want it to be sustainable. Okay. You want it to be sustainable in a way that it's not a job that you're not liking it. Okay. And also don't just do an Ironman just because your friends are doing it. Make sure you really feel it, that it's the right timing. And as mentioned, you know, I already knew what she felt about Ironman. I won't push her unless she's ready for it. And when she was ready for it, she was on it. You guys got a lot from that?
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I want to know, Seiko, what would you say are the top 3 things that made the biggest difference for you working together with the Feisty Fox team?
The first thing is to follow the trainings because it's very you know, I have no skill of creating my own training, but coach does consider your plans, the time and energy level and skills, everything. So it's very focused, very quality training. So
Quality training.
so it was following it, and then you don't have to think much about it.
Okay.
And especially those brick workouts, it did work a lot for me. When I started running at Chattanooga, oh my God, I can run like training, just like other brick training. And I was so happy about it. I'm glad I did so many brick training. So even though it's just 20 minutes or 30 minutes after the long bike, but it does really help.
Okay.
Yes. And another thing is that yes, have fun.
Have
The
fun.
fun things, not just having fun that moment, but those memories will stick to you, and you can, you know, keep it in your mental drawer, and you can, you know, open it when you need it in the future. So have fun when you can. So in the future, you will appreciate it.
I love the way you talk because I remember which master class I talked about mental drawer, Seiko.
Oh yes.
Now
I use it.
I
I
know
use
mental
it.
drawer, so you can just pull it whenever you
Mm.
can. Like, what do I need? What kind of mindset do I need? This is good. You're
It
such a great
helps.
student. Okay. Well, I want to ask because you know I've known you at least 2 years. Okay. This is our second year, December, but we're gonna do more next year. I want to ask, like, why you continue be with us? You know a lot already. You finished a full Ironman, a 70.3, both of which you already qualified for 70.3 World Championship and an Ironman World Championship.
Well, I like meeting athletes from all over the America or maybe the world through the program.
Awesome.
So I'd like to go to those events to meet athletes, and also the training keeps me healthy and happy. So even if there are no events, I'd like to keep doing them.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, like even I myself, until now, even I know how to plan. I do have a coach. because I value coach. It makes just the result faster for me. And that's for me, all right. Well, everyone, that's what we do here in Feisty Fox Coaching. And Seiko, we are very, 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 very proud of you. You are amazing. You placed 11th in your age group on your first full Ironman. Who does that?
Yes, when she just wanted to finish. She just wanted a nice finish, but that is what she got.
We did not plan for anything like top age.
No.
We don't even talk about it. We did not talk about it. We just focus on what needed to be done, because I don't like pressure. Not about outcome. It's more about like, what do we need to do right now? And you did amazing on your first. All right. Well, we're very, very proud of you, Seiko, and every one of you guys who watch Seiko's story, who have been inspired. Who are you? Have you been inspired? So that's what we do with Feisty Fox Coaching. We help busy high achievers just like Seiko, regardless of the experience. Please do not think, oh, it's my first full Ironman, so therefore I'm just gonna finish, because you don't know what you don't know of what's your capability unless you really train hard, train smart, know your potential. Until you do that, you could be, you could be up to the top. You don't know. But so like, instead of you like thinking, oh, I'm just gonna finish, it's my first, I'm just gonna have fun. What about you use your training, your 1 hour training smart, use it efficiently, effectively, okay? And then let's see how it goes, okay? So we help busy high achievers like her to crush their races. Okay?
Yes, we love partnering with athletes who are excited about going after their big goals. For those of you who are ready to do that, we're giving you an opportunity to chat with us face to face. We have our calendar available for a 15-minute chat with us. Spots are limited,
especially holidays.
Yes.
So
holidays, and there's only 2 of us, so obviously the spots are gonna go away.
And then there's nothing for you to buy there, because we're not selling anything there. It's more about for us to talk about your goals, especially if you're stuck and you're like, but I want that, but all right, well, how about we guide you to help you out with the next big steps that you are able to do, and go from there.
So if you want to save your spot and take advantage of the 15-minute call, put #game plan in the comments.
Yep.
And we'll go from there.
All right. Well, hopefully I get to meet you face to face. We can talk about your goals. That'll be so much fun. All right. All right. Let's go back to Seiko. Seiko, before we let you go, again, thank you so much. But we want to know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we want to know, what are the top 3 things that you can advise to athletes who's thinking about full Ironman, but just like yourself, like not sure about the distance, you know how you were back then. All right. And someone who has not finished a full marathon, someone who's actually afraid to injure themselves, who doesn't know much about nutrition, technique, how you were back then. Like, what are the top 3 advices that you can give those athletes?
Be humble and challenge, and if you don't try, nothing will happen. So you can try that mindset, and also be clear with what you are feeling and what's your problem, and not being shy, and talk to your coach. Then there will be problem solving, trouble solving. Coach knows a lot about this area, so you will be well advised and find the solutions.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, everyone, let's say thank you to Seiko. Hope you guys all got it all inspired. If you are, let's say thank you, Seiko, and put #value there. We do this weekly live training, talk about training, how to train smart. And so we'll see you again. We're going to have another one next week, another Ironman.
Yes, it's coming up on Wednesday.
Wednesday. So put that in your calendar. I'll see you guys all. And then till next time. Have a great weekend. Bye, Seiko. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you, everyone. Later.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.